WWE has a lot of critics that say it's fake. Little do they know that WWE superstars go above and beyond to make sure they can take the hardest hits to impress the crowd. From Shane McMahon plunging off the top of a cage, to Brock Lesnar's shooting star press, and Jeff Hardy's death-defying swanton bombs. These are the 20 most brutal hits in the WWE history. Starting at number 20 on the list, we have Shelton Benjamin almost getting broken in half. In nearly every Money in the Bank match he participated in at WrestleMania, Shelton Benjamin was the proven star. Benjamin was always entertaining the crowd with his amazing skills. After he pulled off whatever crazy move it was, he generally stood tall, but this wasn't one of those occasions. Mr. Kennedy and Carlito shoved the ladder as Benjamin ascended in it in an attempt to get the briefcase, sending him flying through a ladder that was positioned between the ring and the ringside barrier. The next day, I bet you his back felt amazing. Number 19, Brock Lesnar almost taking A-Train's neck out. Throughout his brief tenure with the WWE, Brock Lesnar displayed amazing strength on numerous occasions, but he also experienced a rare incident. The next big thing attempted to take A-Train with his trademarked F5 finisher, but he was unable to completely rotate A-Train, sending A-Train crashing down on the mat on his neck. A-Train received the brunt of this fall, and it looked absolutely awful. At number 18, Sheamus's awful powerbomb on Sin Cara. The creative staff wanted to find a method to write off Sin Cara as a character, and this is the way things transpired. Sheamus pulled up Sin Cara during the Money in the Bank match, and he completely crushed him with a massive powerbomb through a ladder outside the ring. This should serve as a warning to other WWE wrestlers: if you are going to test positive for a prohibited substance, you really shouldn't do it right before a ladder-based match, because odds are they will write you off in the most horrific manner. Number 17, Edge brutally spearing Jeff Hardy off the ladder at WrestleMania. Now you can imagine these two as a combination were a heated rivalry. Broken tables, chair shots, and leaps from ladders were always commonplace between these two. However, in a TLC bout for the WWE Tag Team Championship at WrestleMania, Edge did just that to Jeff Hardy. Edge speared him off ladders to guys dangling from cables were also a thing. This match itself is among the greatest tag team gimmick matches ever, and Edge and Jeff's sequence is among the most unforgettable in WrestleMania. Those two ladder matches were spot on, and there was no room for error. Number 16, Shawn Michaels goes through 4 tables. Shawn Michaels and Triple H square off in a 3 stages of hell battle at the Armageddon in 2002. Now, if you're wondering why it's called that, it's because in that kind of a match, wrestlers perform feats like falling through 4 tables placed outside the ring after scaling the ladder right inside of the ring. That's just a hunch, but I imagine HBK was miserable right away after smashing up 4 tables that were more than 15 feet high. Number 15, The Big Show making the ring collapse. In both of these 2 fights that I'll mention, I bet you've never imagined what is about to happen. When The Big Show was superplexed by Brock Lesnar in 2003, the ring completely collapsed, and Taz absolutely freaked out on commentary. When Mark Henry attacked The Big Show with another suplex, the ring collapsed and the match ended because neither man could go on. The WWE then repeated that second incident. It is obvious that the ring was designed to appear that way on both occasions, but don't let that deceive you. Superplexes are never comfortable, and they are made worse when the ring, which is supposed to be supporting you, gives right out. And you can only imagine those are 2 absolutely massive men taking a brutal hit. Number 14, Jeff Hardy and his death-defying swanton bomb. You could certainly compile a list that only included Jeff Hardy's absurd swanton bombs, particularly the ones where he crashes into his opponents and leaves them unconscious on a table, which was the massive swanton bomb on Devon Dudley during the Madison Square Garden Royal Rumble in the year 2000. Nothing makes a frenzied leap seem even more ridiculous than it already does than an absolutely heated crowd. Number 13, Jeff Hardy massacres Edge. A second time for Edge and Jeff Hardy? Are you truly taken aback? Hardy was more concerned with entertaining the crowd with yet another crazy stunt. This time, a death-defying leg drop from a ladder, set up inside the ring to an outstretched Edge on top of another ladder, set up horizontally on the outside of it. Then he was left with winning the Money in the Bank briefcase and securing a guaranteed shot at the world title. After this insane bump that Jeff took, I'm sure he wasn't feeling well. But if that's the case, how did Edge feel? Number 12, Shawn Michaels failed to break the announce table at WrestleMania against Ric Flair. In Ric Flair's final WWE match at WrestleMania 24, Shawn Michaels used his trademark moonsault to the outside of the ring. It was a picture-perfect wrestling moment. However, it did not matter how lovely it was. Flair stepped aside and HBK's mid-back landed squarely on the announce table, which epically failed to break. The table, however, completely gave way as soon as Michaels moved. Yes, this was not anticipated to occur, and it appears like someone forgot to rig the table, and if that person is no longer working for the company, I wouldn't be shocked. Number 11. Shane McMahon's leap of faith at Backlash 2001. Shane O'Mac leaped off the table of the Titantron structure onto the Big Show during the Last Man Standing match at Backlash 2001. The fact that Shane McMahon was never given full-time training to become a professional wrestler should impress all of us WWE fans. He was willing to take on the challenge both inside and outside the ring. Call him what you will, but this was a death-defying stunt that could have absolutely left him paralyzed or dead. Number 10. Brock Lesnar's shooting star press at WrestleMania. Lesnar attempted a high-risk move against Kurt Angle at WrestleMania, but he mistimed it, resulting in a brutal landing on his head. A WWE Championship match between Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar. However, what surprised everyone was Lesnar's 265-pound attempt at a technique called the shooting star press. He attempted to do this, but he took an extremely nasty bump on the back of his neck. As a result, he failed to rotate fully. Number 9. Undertaker's tombstone piledriver to Mick Foley on thumbtacks. During a Buried Alive match at Survivor Series 1996, The Undertaker delivered a tombstone piledriver to Mankind onto a pile of thumbtacks. Mick Foley was always known to push his body to the max for his fans' enjoyment. When these two wrestlers worked together, they were always in for a death-defying stunt. Number 8. Triple H's sledgehammer shots. Triple H's frequent use of the sledgehammer in matches often resulted in brutal and impactful shots to his opponents. Whenever Triple H broke out the sledgehammer, you knew you were in for an exciting match. Number 7. Ric Flair's chair shots. Flair was known for delivering vicious chair shots, especially during his hardcore matches, leaving his opponents battered and bruised. Flair is a wrestling legend, and even as he got older, he still continued to take those steel shots right to the head, which left the fans with a blood-curdling noise of Flair's head bouncing off a steel chair. Number 6. Kurt Angle's signature angle slam through the glass pane. Kurt Angle attempted to angle slam Shane McMahon through a glass pane during their street fight at King of the Ring 2001. This 26-minute thriller of a match saw Shane McMahon land brutally on his head and neck as the glass pane would not break. Number 5. Shawn Michaels' moonsault onto a ladder at WrestleMania 10. During one of the most iconic ladder matches in WWE history between two mega icons, Shawn Michaels attempts to moonsault from the top of a ladder and brutally crashes through it into Razor Ramon. Number 4. Big Show chokeslamming John Cena through a stage light. John Cena and Edge put on an amazing show during the Last Man Standing match in 2009. One of the most brutal hits was taken when Cena was about to do a signature move on Edge, but the Big Show came running out. He picks up John Cena and sends him crashing into his stage light. Number 3. The Rock's double rock bottom on Triple H and Shane McMahon at WWE Backlash 2000. The Rock's finisher, the rock bottom, is always exciting to watch. However, this time, one of the best ones ever was when he took Triple H and special guest referee Shane McMahon and double rock bottomed them through an announce table. The crowd went insane and they all clenched their seats as both bodies collided on the concrete. Number 2. Goldust paralyzing Bret Hart's face. Goldust is a larger-than-life figure that was also known for being reckless in the ring, partially because he just used ruthless aggression to fight his opponents, in comparison to the wrestling tactician that is Bret Hart. In 1999, Goldust attempted his signature move, the curtain call, on Bret. However, he completely mistimed it and Bret's head was driven straight into the mat, resulting in a major concussion and permanent paralysis of his face. And number 1, Owen Hart gives a nasty piledriver to Stone Cold. Another brutal moment in wrestling history that led to a wrestler's injury occurred during a match between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Owen Hart at WWE's SummerSlam. In the match, Hart attempted to execute a sit-out tombstone piledriver on Austin, but the move went awry and Austin's head struck the mat with significant force. As a result of the impact, Austin suffered a severe neck injury, including a broken neck. The injury forced Austin to temporarily retire from in-ring competition and undergo extensive rehabilitation, and this was arguably at the height of his career. These were the 20 most brutal hits in the WWE history. Comment which one we missed and which one you'd like to see in our next video. If you think these were brutal, you definitely want to see the 20 most shocking moments in WWE history. Click the video in the screen now to watch those.